What's up, beautiful people? It's Sindafam. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking this video from Greg from the Black Conservative Perspective, and it's titled Black Residents Demand Walgreens Pay $10 million for Abandoning Neighborhood as Democrats Cry Racism. Interesting. I'm excited to check this one out to hear what they've got to say. Let's check it out.
So that's the problem. A lot of these businesses are losing a lot of revenue because of the shoplifting thing. And a lot of people don't realize that. If you go to some of these shelves, especially in the Roxbury area, some parts of Dorchester as well, a lot of shelves are becoming empty because of shoplifting. I heard the AutoZone is having that same problem with people shoplifting.
Holding signs in protest, the Communities of Color for Health Equity is demanding this Roxbury Walgreens remain open. The store is telling customers it will close next Monday, January 15th. Many seniors and those without transportation now concerned how they'll get their prescriptions.
For Tim Winworth and Walgreens, this is all about business. But for us, it's a matter of life or death.
It's just the latest Walgreens to shut its doors in recent years, several in black and brown communities. And some say it's an insult to close on Martin Luther King Day.
How insensitive.
All right, guys, so we have to revisit a story that I covered probably about a week or two ago about a Walgreens in the Roxbury neighborhood of Boston closing. Now, this store is closing for the same reason that a lot of these stores are closing in these so-called black and brown neighborhoods, is that there's too much crime, okay? There's too much shoplifting. These stores cannot turn a profit operating in these neighborhoods. So what you have is the woke revolutionaries and the residents in those neighborhoods boohoo whining and crying over stores leaving because they can't operate. And in this particular case of the Walgreens in Roxbury neighborhood of Boston, I covered the protests that were happening by the civilians, the residents in the area, over the Walgreens closing. They weren't blaming crime. They weren't blaming the criminals, the shoplifters. No. They were actually really blaming the store and the politicians for not forcing the store to stay open, right? They weren't blaming the politicians for refusing to stop crime, which caused the store to close. No. They blamed everybody except the actual people responsible for Walgreens closing, which are the voters themselves and the politicians that they voted into office that don't hold the criminals accountable. Okay, so with that being said, they ultimately ended up losing the fight to keep Walgreens open, and it actually ended up closing despite the protests to keep it open. But it hasn't ended there, right? What you have is the residents that are still fighting to keep it open, demanding $10 million in damages because Walgreens chose to close up in their neighborhood. I'm not making this up. Take a look.
We did that test ride to the next nearest Walgreens. Even before rush hour, there was a lot of traffic. Even after the closure here on Warren Street, folks are showing up. That means every pharmacy in the area is about to get a lot busier.
The mayor, the representatives, Ayanna Presley, please keep on these people for letting these things in Roxbury close. It's a shame.
The Warren Street Walgreens is locked up, closed down for good. The disabled and seniors say it is sickening. They'll suffer the most. In the middle of the day, it took us 8 minutes to drive to the Columbus Avenue alternate Walgreens. All are now eligible for free same-day home delivery.
But that's not enough. We asked them for $10 million so that seniors would have transportation from their home to the pharmacy.
I need the pharmacy open.
It's a shame, but I'm sorry for the people who lives in this area.
No, it's not over. No, it's not over.
After a month-long protest to try to save the Warren Street Walgreens, community members now want to sue.
The basis of the suit is what they call disparate impact. We know that they've been building and establishing Village Medical at Walgreens in the suburbs.
It is communities who have the least other options of where to get their medications filled, where the pharmacies are closing.
But you'd have to take the bus from here up to Sebring Blue or to Dudley to come back around. It's just complicated.
Why don't you take the bus?
I don't trust it because I might fall. My legs give out on me a lot. It's going to be tough, not just for me, for other people too.
It's just tough to think about it all. While the door was being locked here, the Black men's political task force was sitting down with lawyers from the U.S. Attorney's Office and the Attorney General's Office trying to build a case based on a remedy for the people of this community and in the name of health equity. Live in Roxbury, Rondella Richardson, WCBB News Center 5.
Wow, you're seeing that? You heard that, okay? What you're witnessing here, guys, is full-blown communism, okay? That's what's happening because they're trying to force Walgreens to stay open, okay? They tried to weaponize the government to force Walgreens to stay open. When that didn't work, now they're trying to sue Walgreens for $10 million just because they're closing, as if a private business is forced or obligated to stay open even if they're not making money, okay? I want you to understand how these people think. They really do believe that stores, businesses are forced to stay open. You can't close down if you're in our neighborhood and we rely on your business. No, you can't close down. You have to stay open and lose money into perpetuity as if money just grows on trees, right? They want to force Walgreens to take loss.
Jesus Christ.
And then sue for $10 million. As if they're entitled to a Walgreens being in their neighborhood. Again, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. Okay?
I had to pause it here because waiting be this. I have to insert that clip here.
Waiting be this. Jesus. Blood of Jesus.
Waiting be this. Waiting be this. Forcing Walgreens to stay open. So that what will happen? Are they going to be the ones contributing to pay the Walgreens staff? Because who are the people that are looting from these stores from your neighborhood? I mean, maybe is the white man that is sending these people to come and loot in the neighborhood. But let us even leave that one aside because they don't want to hold their own community accountable because the people that are doing it, they don't want to hold them accountable. It's the company. So let's say now that you have a company and you are not making money and someone else is telling you, no, you don't have to close, you are not making money. If you close, we will sue you for closing your store. You don't have to go bankrupt. You don't have to, even if you go bankrupt, you have. So what do they want? That Walgreens be selling or open and should be looking at their faces and be waiting what they want? Because the same product or the same things that they want, is it not money that this same Walgreens will? I mean, who will be financing the Walgreens here? Who? 10 million. So then get 10 million. Now they can't open here. They don't even see 10 million before. $10 million. Like 10 million grows from the, you see the mindset, entitlement, and they will never want to be held accountable. This type of people. Not be anybody fault. Say this thing they happen for your neighborhood. I mean, these people have to protect their business. They have businesses to protect. They have staff to pay. And there are people who are reliant on these jobs. So now your people say no, they don't want like good thing. They don't like good thing, Abi. They were looting from the stores. Now, the people, they have decided to close their store. You're saying they should open it or you sue them. You see this mindset? This is the problem. To pay them 10 million on top waiting because waiting now now their great ancestors now build them. Or now their ancestors now build Walgreens. Come on, be careful. What's that? Talk about entitlement. I just want to be sure that this is not real. But if this is real, they should stop it. Talk about black privilege. Let's go.
Up. Okay? It's crazy to me.
Indeed.
And then, you know, they're mad that Walgreens is building new stores in the suburbs. Well, why are they building new stores in the suburbs? Well, because they don't have to worry about all the shoplifting.
Exactly.
Okay? They don't have to worry about the shoplifting. It's probably less diverse, right? There's probably more profits to be made, okay? I'm just saying, if you wanted Walgreens to stay open, maybe you should not allow the shoplifters to rob the store out of business. I'm just saying, maybe you should vote in politicians that are going to enforce their laws, okay, and not allow criminals to get away with shoplifting, right, and crimes that are causing these stores to close. But no. That's not what they're going to do. What they're going to do is that they're going to boohoo, whine, cry, and scream racism, which is exactly what Ayanna Pressley, who is a representative from Massachusetts, I think she is actually a representative of the Boston area. She actually took to the congressional floor to accuse Walgreens of racial discrimination for closing their store.
Mr. Speaker, Walgreens is planning to close yet another pharmacy in the Massachusetts 7th, this time on Warren Street in Roxbury, a community that is 85% Black and Latino. This closure is a part of a larger trend of abandoning low-income communities like the previous closures in Mattapan and Hyde Park, both in the Massachusetts 7th. When a Walgreens leaves a neighborhood, they disrupt the entire community, and they take with them baby formula, diapers, asthma inhalers, life-saving medications, and of course, jobs.
Are they supposed to leave it for you? Jesus Christ. Talk about entitlement and black privilege. I never see this type of thing before for my life. Oh. Waiting be this. Let's go.
These closures are not arbitrary, and they are not innocent. They are life-threatening acts of racial and economic discrimination. That's why I joined with Senator Markey and Warren to demand answers from Walgreens CEO. Why was there no community input, no adequate notice to customers, and no transition resources to prevent gaps in health care? Shame on you, Walgreens. Having a website with talking points about health equity and underserved communities is not enough. Walgreens is a multi-billion-dollar corporation that needs to put their money where their mouth is and stop divesting from Black and brown communities.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, surprise, right? Walgreens is not as woke as their virtue signal on their website, right? It should really be no surprise to these people that a for-profit business is going to do what's in the best interest of their bottom line, right? This should not be a surprise, but maybe it is to communists who don't understand how business works, which that's something that Ayanna Pressley clearly doesn't understand.
Oh, Jesus
because
Christ.
She believes that Walgreens is obligated to stay in the neighborhood. And if they do close down, then Walgreens is obligated to provide quote-unquote transitional resources in the name of equity to help the local Black and brown residents access other pharmaceutical stores in the area. Again, this is insane. The entitlement is off the charts, right? Off the charts. Not only are these people demanding that Walgreens stay open into perpetuity, right? Regardless of the fact they're not making money, they're losing money. No, not just that. If you do close down, you have to pay. You need to pay in order to help the residents find other stores to shop at. Again, I've never seen anything like this before in my life. I've never heard of this before. This is a whole new level of wokeness, right? Just when you thought that these people couldn't get nuttier, this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. But you know what, though? Here's how I feel about this. I honestly do not feel so bad for Walgreens getting the backlash that they're getting because they deserve it, right? One, again, they're woke, okay? Or they do woke virtue signaling, okay? Which prompted this in the first place because, again, listen to these people talk. They expect Walgreens to act in the name of racial equity, right?
You get
to put the people before profits. Except, you know, in Oakland, where the In-N-Out closed down, you know, they put people before profits because apparently, despite the fact that they were making a lot of money, they still had to close down due to crime. And the woke revolutionaries were mad about that. But regardless, again, they expect these companies to put people before profit. And these companies come out here and they woke virtue signal as if they're actually going to do that. And Walgreens is one of these companies, just like CVS, that are closing down for obvious reasons: shoplifting, can't operate, theft, crime, but yet they don't actually cite that as a reason, even though that is a part of the reason. And the reason why they don't cite that is because they get accused of racism and bigotry when they tell the truth about why they're shutting down. Okay, so they come out here and they say, hey, we're closing due to shoplifting. We're closing due to retail theft. We can't operate. We can't turn a profit because all of our merchandise, our inventory is being stolen, right? Again, that has resulted in backlash, okay? You remember people like AOC coming out here and essentially saying that these retail stores were making up the retail theft crisis, right? It wasn't actually really happening, okay? Even though we were seeing it with our own two eyes. CEOs
Exactly.
at these big retail companies were coming out here and saying, yeah, we're losing billions of dollars in retail theft. AOC was like, no, it's not happening. It's not, they're making it up, right? Racism, okay? The people that are stealing, if they are stealing, it's because they're hungry, right? They want a loaf of bread, okay? This is what Democrats were saying. Like, far leftists were essentially backlashing against these stores for telling the truth about what is happening. So they stopped telling the truth. So now when I cover these stories about these closings, these companies cite vague reasons, okay? They don't really say outright, we're closing due to theft or shoplifting, right? Even though all indications and signs indicate that they are closing for that reason, okay? These stores have security guards, okay? They're not just allowing anybody into the store anymore. They're checking bags on the way out. They're doing all types of stuff. They're locking up inventory. Again, key signs that they're experiencing mass theft and shoplifting. And then they all of a sudden close up and say, well, it's just due to the operational environment, right? They just give a whole lot of vague reasons and don't really say why. So again, I don't feel bad for Walgreens for the backlash that they're getting because they deserve it, okay? Any company that closes up and then wants to give vague reasons and not come out here and explicitly say we're closing up because of shoplifting and retail theft and the fact that Democrats, okay, our elected officials aren't holding these people accountable. Yeah, I'm not going to feel bad for you when you close up. I'm not going to feel bad for you when you get the backlash because you are facilitating what is happening by not telling the truth about why it's happening. When you come out here, you hide the reasons and you try to woke virtue signal to these people to save face, even though you know that you can't even make money off these people. These people will rob you out of existence. Yeah, only can feel so bad, right? Which is not bad at all, really, to be quite honest with you. So, hey, it is what it is, okay? Walgreens, they're moving on to greener pastures, and this neighborhood, unfortunately for them, because of their choices in regards to their elected representatives, like, for example, Ayanna Pressley, who's pro-defund the police, this is the consequences of your vote. Okay, this is the consequences of your vote. You lose businesses, okay? You lose convenience. But hey, there's opportunity, right? If the Walgreens was actually making money and this is real racial discrimination, then this is a great time for a so-called black-owned pharmacy to open up and serve the community.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, if it's real racial discrimination going on here, then again, this would be a great time for a black-owned pharmacy to open up in that area and make a whole lot of money. Except I don't believe that they're going to be capable of making a whole lot of money because they will get robbed out of business the same way Walgreens got robbed out of business. So, hey, you know what you got to stay. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.
You have to be kidding me. It's only in America racism will sell. Racism is now markets. Like you go to the market and buy racism. Because what nonsense is this? That they are closing and it's because of racism. No! Una they shoplift for their company. Now why they decide to close? It is simple. It is as simple as that. That they are closing and they are taking the baby food, diapers in here. They should leave it for you people. As per what? As you people are entitled, oh, it is your money. It's this is real. Abi na movie I dey watch because I am not understanding this. That they are coming out open with their full chest. Say Walgreens is closing up. And is because of racism. So somebody that is not making profit in his business should do what? When they shoplift everything from the business and nothing again, what is remaining? The people that they are dependent on the product, the remaining thing is to carry the store or the shop and go to their house now. Abi? Actually, I don't feel sorry for any woke business that have decided to go woke. I don't feel sorry for them more. But is this kind of entitled behavior or entitlement that we are talking about? Talk about their ancestors built or contributed to building Walgreens, because that is the next thing that you will hear. It is their ancestors' efforts. This one we never even hear them in the history before. You will be seeing things with your eye. Talk about entitlement and not being held accountable. Well, this is what wokeism will cause. Because in America now, just go to the market, you can buy racism and come back to your house and sell it, and people would buy it from you. Wetin be this?
Wetin be this? Wetin be this? Wetin be this? Jesus. Ha blood of Jesus. Blood of Jesus.
This one shocked me. It not shock you?
It shock you?
Even me, it shocked me. So they are complaining that Walgreens closed and Walgreens should pay them. They might as well also open their own pharmacy as per black-owned business. And Greg is actually right. Abi, is that not the best move? So that they will have a black-owned pharmacy business running. That they can do whatever they want to do and they will not call it racism. Abi, that's the best solution for it. Because waiting, I won't talk again for this one. Here. But of course, I'm sure tons of people have got different opinions about this, and I would really love your honest contribution to this. You can share other useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.